Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got something exciting for you guys. We're going to be doing some future rave, which has been requested quite a bit on this channel. We're going to be doing a remake of Make It to Heaven by David Guetta and Morten. I feel like it's going to be fairly difficult remaking this one just because it's such a unique, intricate style, but let's go and see what we can do in FL. I decided to start with the lead on this song because, well, it's the main part of the song. And I feel like it's going to be the hardest part of it, just to really get the whole reverb, sidechaining thing going on properly. But I've used this preset here to do the first sound, and it's called The Future, and luckily it's such a sick sound to start with. This is the MIDI that I've recreated for it. The next layer I'm adding is called Big Rave. Again, it's from the main stage pack, and it sounds like this. This is more of like a super source sound, just adding more harmonics. And then I've got another instance of The Future, again at the bottom, and then I think this is playing like an octave down, and what I've done here is just changed a bit of the detune stuff as well. So if you're interested in seeing the tweaks I've made within the presets, you can go and check those out in the FLP, which will be linked down below. So I think this is it for the lead sound. I've added this support synth here called Tiny Rave, which is from the same pack, and this is just supporting the main melody we've got on the lead sound, but it's just doing like every odd note. So in the production, I noticed they've got a decay envelope which is opening up, so I've done that in the automation here on one of the synths. So now moving on to the drums, this is where the main stage pack is so sick because it's got like kicks for everything, but this kick here is just perfect for this song. Because it has like a really nice amount of bass in it, which kind of drives the sound without needing to use a bass line. Because I don't think there's actually a bass pattern in this song. I think it's just literally driven by the kick. And then we have these really groovy percussions, and these sound really cool with the drum. And then now we're throwing on this hi-hat. So here you can see my chain for the bus, really simple, just a bit of OTT and also a CLA compressor. I find the OTT just helps to crispen up the whole sound of it a bit more. Here's where we get to the interesting part with this lead, because there's quite a lot going on the processing side. We've got some fruity peak controller, which is basically recognizing the peaks. And then what I've done here is linked the wet amount through this controller here, and then you invert that through the mapping formula. And what you get is effectively like it's sidechaining the amount of reverb to the lead sound. So whenever the lead sound comes in, it just ducks the reverb. It kind of lets the lead poke through the sound without being too drowned in reverb. And then the next thing I've got in here is the BX Digital, and I'm doing something slightly different to normal. I'm actually reducing the width on this. I wanted it to be a bit more mono, a bit more narrow. And then we've got some EQ just to clean up the bottom end, some more EQ just doing some additive stuff, and then some compression after the reverb as well. So having the compressor after the reverb does a really nice job of gluing the wet signal to the dry one. And then I've put some OTT again just to give it a bit more crispness on the top end. So what I found with this song is that the exhaust lasts for a really long time. So what you can do, a really cool effect, is put in the quick fade on FL, and what you're doing is shaving off the start, so you're kind of leveling it out a bit more. This is like a trick that I kind of figured out myself. I don't know if you guys do it, I mean, let me know down below. But yeah, you do that, so then you've got like more of a consistent kind of shape, and then you can just boost the level overall. So what you get is like a longer, more sustained exhaust. And here I'm applying the same thing again, just doing a bit of fade in and then boosting the volume. One thing I also noticed on this song is a sweep riser, which is basically coming in from the start of the drop. This final element here is a snare fill, which I heard they had slowly coming in on the last bit of the drop. And what I've done here, as you can see, is I've just kind of repeated the start of the build because this build here wasn't long enough for it. I've got a bit of channel volume automation on here, just, you know, standard stuff, just to shape it properly. Alright, so let's go and listen back to the whole song and get a little bit of the pluck sound you can hear just before the drop, so you get an idea of how close we are. So there we go. I hope you guys found this one useful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to smash the like button down below, hit subscribe if you're new around here, drop us a comment on what you want to see next, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.